sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been
fucking horrifying. Jimmy is downtown Franklin as fuck.
I got rained on, so my hair's a little crazy tonight.
I think Jimmy's gotten into the hair dye. I don't think that's natural hair.
No, that's all me on top, buddy.
You're of the age where that should be much lighter. And once again, the most horrible sounding audio.
Yep. He's got a new microphone. Jimmy's got his glasses on. Should I put my glasses on?
I have to.
Can you see? Can you see without them?
I can't see my hair.
I don't need to see.
What episode number is this? Number 70?
Number 70, yes.
70. I feel 70.
How many times have you been on? 5, 4? Is this number 4?
Third time.
I think this is the.
This is 3.
Not enough.
Seems like an eternity.
Number 3, I think. But Chris has been on 5 times, right?
Well, he's an overachiever. He has to compensate for something.
Whatever the deal is, whenever he's
times.
on, it's literally the funniest shit ever. I don't know why, but
I still think we got to do the absence challenge. He and I got to do an absence show.
Good evening, weirdos, and welcome to episode 70 of LIVIN, CRUDDY. I'm your host, Handsome Jimmy, joined by the lovely and talented Vinny Scrambles, the sexy and powerful Gino Roid, and our guest for the 3rd time, 3 freaking times out of 70. What's the percentage?
3 times.
The one and only. Thank God, the one and only.
There can be only one.
Sexy and talented motherfucking drummer, Mr. Dinski.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Well,
So,
thanks
Bo,
for
I've
coming
never
back.
met you. How are you? Who are you?
I really don't know. I just sort of wandered up. The lights were on and the door was unlocked. Came in and took a shower and did my makeup.
Oh, you look pretty.
I think I feel pretty. I could burst into song. You feel pretty. Turn off my mic. Kill
we
my
should
mic.
probably start off with inquiring with Bo if he's got any drummer news. Oh, shit.
Drummer news?
What's going on here?
No,
We got a juggalo is visiting.
There's the disembodied finger.
Oh,
Confirmed juggalo.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Juggalette. They call him Juggalette.
Juggalette. Yeah.
Let me ask you, while she's here, what is the
Woo, woo.
definition of a juggalo?
Well, Juggalette would be the female version.
Someone who listens to ICP, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
who lives and breathes and drinks Fago and does the ICP lifestyle.
For juggalo. And just remember,
What?
juggalos before juggahos.
That's right.
That's right.
My priest used to say, yeah.
So I was starting to say, does Bo have any news for us here? Because anytime you get around a drummer for the first time in a little while, you always got to be worried about some kind of fucking drummer news. The status quo is in play here, right?
I'm not pregnant.
That's good news.
Can't really afford any new cymbals right now, so no change there. Maybe Santa Claus will bring me some new hardware. I hope. Maybe a couple stands. That'd be nice. Some sticks and stones and lumps of coal.
I don't know. I heard that Nadlibs might help you out with some gear.
Oh, are there prizes?
Yes.
The hell was that?
I'm excited now.
Well, I guess my point was that it's always the drummer who, as you're in the middle of something, like, oh, by the way, I'm leaving the band and I'm going to go do this shit with these other guys.
Roger's coming back, isn't he?
No.
For his birthday, you gave him my slot in the band. I understand.
No.
I did talk to Roger at that show.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Roger, wherever you are. He was like, what's that kid that's singing now? Like, are you talking about Jimmy? He's like, yeah. He's pretty good. He's like, he just got in the band. I'm like, no,
That's
he's been
right.
in the band for like 12 years, man.
I've been the understudy for 12 years. Waiting
He's
to
like,
get
well, you should
promoted.
keep that guy. He's the best singer you guys have had. Then he said, even though he was in the band in the first years when it was total chaos, that he said that this version he thought was the best version of the band so far.
The best.
That's coming from someone who had something at stake in another version. So that was pretty
That's
cool.
right.
Cool.
It is cool.
Well, my question is, and I think all the viewers want to know, how was that first gig back for you guys?
I know what it was, but I'm interested in their version of it. What's up with those pants?
America!
They're very comfortable.
Patriotic.
My Halloween costume part of it.
All right. Well, so Jimmy, you go first. What was your take on the event, on the show?
I thought it was fun. You know, I had a little technical problem that really baffled me for a couple songs, but it was just, you know, the battery pack on my active pickup failed. The little holder thingy.
Do I need to fix
Never
it for you?
experienced
Fix it
that
with
before?
tape, right?
No, we fixed it with gaffer tape. Yeah, it was good. In fact,
I can fix it for you. You ready?
I believe Roger jumped up with the big roll of tape that he found in the back. So
Yes, he did.
Man.
again, cheers to Raj.
Yeah, to Roger. Showed up
So
with
other
a
than that,
time of need.
and the fact that I couldn't hear anything after the first 2 songs, I mean, I thought it was great. I had a good time. I was pretty tired at the end.
Well, it was a little bit of a wait. It shouldn't have been 3 bands that night. night, but whatever.
Don't tell Chris, but I actually like Flashpoint. I think they have potential. They were solid.
No, they were a competent band. Whatever that shit they did was, it just wasn't the kind of shit that I would normally book for one of our shows.
As long as that guitar player can graduate from high school before the singer ends up in a nursing home.
Yes.
There's a short window there where they can really make it happen.
I'm sure she can tutor him a little bit.
Yeah. And ironically, they're probably dating.
I wasn't going to go there, but okay.
Did you see the dancing female that was there while they were playing?
Yes. Couldn't help but see.
That was hilarious.
Cannot unsee.
Was she naked?
No, I meant
No.
Thank God, no.
No.
She was enjoying it. You know,
Ton.
it was all about
Was she
it.
waiting for you guys in the back alley? Yeah.
There's no alleys in There's no alleys in Franklin.
alleys are illegal.
They don't allow them.
Bo, what was your take on the show?
Everything was wonderful until the last song. I was like, eye contact. Give me some eye contact. Give me some eye contact. So we carried it on. The rest of us finished at the same time.
Well, I had that same stupid hand heel problem every time I played that goddamn Les Paul. Immediately, like 30 seconds into playing, it was like this shit was like literally twice as big as it is now, that thing. And then you're holding it, you're trying to play it, and then nothing moves. And you're like, I'm fucked for the rest of the night. And then there was like some weird tuning issue right out the gate. And of course, Jimmy's like, I am not stopping for tuning. Let's just go. I'm like, fuck. So I got to play the next 3 songs out of tune.
Bend a little. Just bend the notes a little. It goes right in tune. Just bend it up.
It must have been pretty close because I didn't hear it and I'm picky.
My amp was actually in front of the drum kit, so that was probably part of the reason why you couldn't hear anything.
Well, I followed you fine until the very end.
To me, the stage sounded completely dead. When Jimmy fell out, I knew that he was gone, but it wasn't like that much was missing. I'm like, the stage is so sparse that I couldn't hear it to begin with.
Yeah.
I did enjoy hearing the vocals.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, we didn't get any kind of sound check, but there was lots of Jimmy in the monitor, and that was good.
Oh, Jesus.
That was the best part, was that was the first time I think we all actually heard Jimmy.
I'm sorry, guys.
It was really good. I agree with Roger. Vocal-wise, that was the best version of the band to date. No offense to any of the previous singers or anything.
Oh,
but
God forbid. You're going to bruise their egos.
they're all wonderful people. This was my favorite version. I would give that like a C probably out of grading, but that's the pond. It's always a fucking C. For whatever reason, some bullshit happens. You can't hear anything.
You big filthy C.
So what is going on in the world of Bo Dinski?
Well, I see my grandbabies about once every 3 weeks. Otherwise, I mostly stay home.
Did you say you feed your grandbabies every 3 weeks, or you see them?
Well, when I see them, I tend to feed them because, you know, it's a thing.
Okay, so he feeds his grandbabies every 3 weeks. Do you let them play the drums?
Mm-hmm. She can touch my drums. You cannot.
Yeah, that's right. We're not allowed to.
I'm not even allowed to help him carry the drums out of the club.
I know, right?
Had a bad experience.
Don't even look at them.
There's that one little animation that we play where the band is loading their gear into the club.
And a drum falls out.
The drum falls out. We played
I
That's on
nearly
the-
Stresses
fainted.
him out every time. Stresses him out
Nearly
every time.
fainted.
It's great.
Is it
Every
in
time
there?
I see that drum fall out, I'm fucking cracking up.
Well, let me ask you this. How do you pronounce his name? Carmine
Carmen Apice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm missing Apice.
He
Carmine
has
Apice.
gone with Apice. His brother, Vinny, goes by the traditional pronunciation of Apice. So
Okay.
Vinny
Carmine
Apice,
Apice.
Carmine Apice.
Carmine Apice.
Is he the greatest
Carmine
of all
Apice.
time?
The greatest? No, I would say no. Kind of love both Apice and Apice, but neither is the greatest of all time.
Can you like
I'll-
twirl and hit the thing, catch it? Can you do that?
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Please?
Yeah, no.
Come on.
Please.
Carmen may be the greatest drummer showman of all time.
He's a showman. I'll give him that.
That shit on that Vanilla Fudge video where they must have had like an edict before they played. You guys got to do the fucking craziest shit. All those guys are 190% on the fucking loony shit that they're doing.
The edict was, hey, guys, here's a bunch of cocaine.
Set me free, I told you, babe. Get out my life, I told you, babe. You really don't want me, just keep me hanging on.
Go make a video.
I think so. Yeah, the Keep Me Hanging On video is insane.
That is a crazy video.
Wait a minute, he was in Vanilla Fudge?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a
Jeez,
bunch
I
of
gotta
bands.
do-
Using
That'd never be
Cactus as well.
Yeah.
I think Cactus mutated from Vanilla Fudge. And then he went on to join Rod Stewart. Go figure.
Right.
I don't understand that shit, but I mean, I do. I get where Rod Stewart was before that, but he joined the disco era. Rod
Yeah,
Stewart.
he did. It's a good
Which
record, too.
Screw you, Jimmy. You don't know good records from shit.
If you want my body, and you think I'm
He did play
sexy.
on that record.
That was classic.
I remember seeing the video of that one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Fucking Rod Stewart. You all heard the
I have
story
it
about him passing the bucket around, right?
Yeah.
I heard rumors back in the late 70s or so.
Well, what version of the story did you hear?
Oh, it makes me a little
Allegedly.
uncomfortable to even talk about.
Is it
Something
the-
about him having to get his stomach pumped with 30
Yeah.
ounces of a fluid or something.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently he passed a bucket around at a gig and the entire front row masturbated in the bucket and then he consumed it. That doesn't add up.
I don't think so.
But the other version where everybody spit in it and then he drank it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that seems.
Well, I heard that about Kiss too. So
Well, it takes time to masturbate into a bucket. Not that I would know.
Yeah, the concert would be over after, by the time they were like 6 guys. So especially with everybody watching, you're like, hang on, I'm about ready to fill the fucking bucket.
Stop looking at me.
Fucking Rod Stewart's
Just be
like,
on
come on,
coke.
man, I
Yeah,
gotta
it
drink
can
that shit.
So what
I've
you're
heard that
saying
story.
is the next Crust performance, bring a bucket.
Yep, bring a bucket.
I got a big red bucket.
Well, I think we could pull that off. But I think we should make Chris do the drinking.
We could pull it off. We couldn't pull it out. We
Chris
could
has
pull
got
it
to carry his own weight.
Ah,
He's got to carry his own bucket.
And he's got to carry his own weight, and that means drinking the contents of the bucket.
and then he could stand on the bucket when it's not in use.
That's right.
That's
Or you could hide in the bucket.
it's gonna hurt to be short, man.
I've seen shorter.
Of the tunes that we're doing, what's your favorite and least favorite?
Oh
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
newest
All right,
stuff?
that's a good one.
Oh, there are a couple of new things that we have not fleshed out yet that I'm very excited about.
Okay, which one?
But we haven't messed with them in about 3 weeks.
The new material that Gene is bringing.
It's not helping me out to know which one that is. Is there anything of those things that we played or haven't played that you're like, I wish we didn't have to fuck with that?
I don't know the names to most things unless I'm looking at the set list. I'm really, kind of senile, being considerably older than Jimmy and Vinny and everybody else but you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I can look up to you. I can say, okay, don't do that because you're going to wind up like this.
No matter what, none of us are as old as Lisa.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
The horror show. We need to do something new with the intro.
Yeah,
I
think
don't know.
that's on
I
me.
don't know if it needs to be syncopated, like with some drums or something. Just
I got to shout some Paul Stanley stage banter.
I would roll like a kick. Keep that going, and then Jimmy has something that he says between the crashing parts.
Y'all like a taste of alcohol?
It
Charleston,
needs-
West Virginia, you saved my life tonight.
it needs some fleshing out. Something.
I know Jimmy did an entire concert with like no words at all, just sounds.
No,
grunting.
just a couple songs. Just a couple songs.
That's where he excels. That is his super,
That's right. It's the ambiguity of that.
super
Moment.
gibberish.
Well, if there is no goal ever to record anything again, then we can.
No, that is not. That's not
Well,
the
see, we
case.
just need to do the next one live,
No.
Oh my
and then
God.
you got it.
That
There
would be
will be
bad.
word. There will be blood.
Well, let me ask you this, Gino. What about like the subject matter of these songs? What kind of topics are you guys?
But we have the song "The Horror Show" that I know you've already expressed interest in that you like, and that song is about going to the drive-in. Then we have a Xander Vorkov song
Well, that's a good one.
that may be the one that Bo was saying he didn't want to play anymore.
I had a crazy idea.
Oh boy, here we go.
Benny wants to write the words.
Well, these
And
things
he's going to
coming to me
invest
like,
$10,000 in the recording.
Yes, he's going to pay for our recording at Welcome to 1979.
Oh my God.
He's going to finance it with his DJ gigs. That's fucking
Executive
awesome.
producer,
Thank you,
Vinny
Vinny.
Scrams.
Thank you.
I thought this came to me when I was at work, and I'm just like watching all these other bands, how they make it, because rock is kind of hard to get out there. But what if you did like a small little cover version of because no one's done it, the Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. Okay,
I'm down with it. I like that
rock
song.
it up. We do the Scarface lyrics, and then
There
the really
goes Jimmy.
deep part. You do like a breakdown. That gets out there and gets the attention. And because a lot of bands do cover songs, their first song they suck because the other material sucks. What if that became a hit, and then the next song that comes in, boom, Livin' Cruddy? Because that is a phrase. That's a slogan. I can see that on fucking shirts right now. Dude, what you doing? I'm living cruddy. Fuck you, bitch. So shit like that. And then the third single that would be Get Up and Kill. Boom, boom, boom. World domination right there.
Well, World Domination Tour.
You got this shit, man. Nothing's grabbing anybody's attention. These fuckers can't even fucking play. Hearing you guys all these years, and when I saw you guys, I mean, it's like, no, you guys fucking kill it.
Have we fed the Vinny Fund lately to make sure he's paid for this?
Oh, let me check. Hold on. Let me check his balance.
Check the cookie jar.
Okay, there we go. He's all set.
I just think the shit's great. And it's just.
Well, we
it's- I
definitely
guess
appreciate your enthusiasm for it.
And I don't have to say this. There's a
No, you
reason
do.
why I'm here, because I fucking love the band.
Not our sparkling personalities.
That too.
I think the main reason you're here, Vinny, is because you tried to drink beer with a fucking COVID mask on.
That too.
And your little Cocktober routine that you did on that last for your monster minute.
I never got any feedback on the latest animation either. Vinny goes to the cemetery.
That was pretty good.
I could see people being upset about it, or it's very quick. The thing with the covers is that you have to imagine being in a band. Not only are you getting suggestions from the outside for stuff that you should play, but you're also battling with the four guys and shit they want to play.
Right.
This band so far, I mean, aside from Chris, I think he delivers the message of shit that he wants to play because he just starts playing it in the middle of practice.
And your earplugs are out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He waits till the worst possible moment.
And then he just starts playing it. And then he's like, let me play this 5 more times. I'm like, I think Chris wants to play that song. I haven't heard Jimmy recommend a cover, nor I don't know that Bo's ever recommended a cover for us to play, which is kind of weird.
Well, it was never really up for discussion, I don't think. You're the boss. I wanted to cover some of the
keeping
old
the people in the band
songs, and you were like,
Yeah, that's the problem. He'll want to cover like Mosquito or something.
Oh, he wants to cover old crud stuff.
Yeah, he wants to cover old crud songs.
I love
Or
the
Stomp
early
Tokyo.
songs.
What do you love, Bo?
Oh, the early song. All Hail the Horror Hose, Blood on the Banister. Those are killer songs.
Oh, we can
Those get my blood pumping.
Those are songs that grab me. Yeah.
Yeah, we could bring some of those back.
We do need to hammer on Blood Moon a little bit. A couple things that I figured out, I think, how to fix where I thought it needed a little something.
No, I like Blood Moon. We tried it since we got back.
It really wasn't bad considering that we hadn't played it in 2 years.
Yeah,
Well, if I can't
Not
play
bad.
that shit in my sleep, then I
right.
shouldn't be playing it all. Oh, that's a good one. Any covers that aren't Creeping Cruds, which aren't covers, but
Well, we did the Turbo Negro song, Drenched in Blood. I love that song.
I think that's a
I
great
forgot
song.
about that.
I do love that song. Drenched in Blood is a Creeping Crud song done by somebody else for sure.
Yeah.
Now,
that was a
do I
good
remember it at all? Probably not, but I figure it
I
out.
don't either.
Well, so Bo, because I've talked to Jimmy and Gino all the time here. So what horror films do you like?
I don't like horror movies at all. Prefer sci-fi. I'm like Timmy.
I guess what are your favorites?
Oh, well, I mean, as far as horror goes, my favorite is Evil Dead 2. That's my favorite, followed by AOD and then probably Evil Dead 1. Got to meet Bruce once at a book signing, and he thought I was a real asshole because I didn't follow his instructions. But he did talk to my son, who at the time was like, gee, what was he, 5, 4? And so that was cool. You know, I got to watch Bruce interact with my young offspring, and that was, I like some stuff, but I'm just not a big horror buff. I have a very eclectic taste in movies and films, and it kind of wanders all over the place.
So there you have it. The Creeping Cruds is one asshole that likes horror movies, and then
Yeah,
3
right.
guys who don't
Like
like
horror movies.
And he's
nobody else
forcing
does?
the rest of us to do it.
You gotta leave that in.
the sci-fi shit, which to me that's horror anyway. But
It kind of is.
Ross.
It is.
I mean, unless we're talking about Star Wars, but
Star Wars.
That's
I got
just
a Star
horrible.
Wars. Do you see that?
I get it that you guys like Star Wars, and I don't have a problem with that. I want to know what your sci-fi jams are outside of Star Wars. That means it's just Star Wars.
Well, even as a little kid, I always liked, just sort of, weird stuff. Silent running, laser blast, as bad as it is. There's always something about the whole space thing. I watched Buck Rogers. It had nothing to do with Aaron Gray. Okay, it had everything to do with Aaron Gray. Battlestar Galactica, I watched religiously as a small child. And I can't make myself watch the newer ones because they're newer. And I'm old. Can't do it.
Well, that's weird because I thought the newer Battlestar was really good. I thought it was a great.
It probably is, and I'm just, I'm a jackass.
For my sci-fi guys, what about Blade Runner?
I like Blade Runner.
Counters.
I really like the Lost in Space series. The movie was horrific.
Well, you do kind of look like the current incarnation of Billy Mooney. You seen that guy lately?
Take the
know.
boy, not me.
They always have him on Svengoolie.
I don't get whatever channel Svengoolie's on, so I don't get to watch it. I enjoy the Facebook group because there's always some funny stuff on there, and there's always you bitching about what somebody said.
That group is off the fucking hook. It's got to be on some channel that you've got. I mean, it's Me TV. It's the free shit.
Yeah, there's YouTube all over. Yeah.
They don't got that in Colombia.
No,
I would have thought that was the only thing they had in Colombia.
you don't have Me TV.
Me TV.
Well, Jimmy has blood-sucking freaks on his list. How do you feel about that?
I I debate that Jimmy's never even seen that movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's amazing.
Really?
It's like nearly impossible to watch. And I'm a horror fan.
Yeah, I can only watch it once in a blue moon.
It's not horror.
Oh, it's horror, right?
It's horrible.
Yeah, Vinny's going to show it soon.
Oh my God. So that's the thing I was going to ask Vinny about. I know there's a million things that we haven't shown yet, the various day versions of the Freak Out, but it feels to me like I'm falling into a lot of repeats. And it's weird to me that I could play something thinking that it was something that people loved the first time around, and now you're getting complaints about the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to make movies so you guys can have brand new shit all the time?
7 days a week, 2-3 movies a night. That's bound
There's
to
some
have
content, Gene.
Yeah, it used to be like, what, 3 nights a week? Something like that?
Oh, it was originally Friday night, and then Joe added Wednesday, and then Sunday got added on. Then we're like, fuck it. Vinny came on. I think you were going to pick up Wednesday, and you were just like, well, I'll just do all 3 days. And then it was like, well,
Yeah,
fuck it.
there's some stuff I have yet to play. I still have it ready to go.
There's only so many movies. That's the thing. They only made so many movies, so there's a lot of that weird kind of like indie shit that you can get that stuff and show, but it's such a crapshoot as to whether that stuff's even watchable.
Well, I'm debating whether or not to show the movie Men. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen it.
I saw it, and I don't know.
That ending is
no good.
Well, it builds up really nice, and then it's like, what's going on here? And that last 15 minutes is like, what the fuck is this?
I know. I might have been a little high, and I was like, what?
It'll,
I don't know what's happening.
it'll
but-
fuck you up.
Yeah.
Oh man, what the fuck is this?
I don't
Go
think
for it.
anybody here stopped by last night to see what we played.
I was asleep. Yeah.
Well, we showed Joker.
No shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I thought would be like people were going to be complaining about it, and everybody loved it. It was,
That's a great movie.
yeah.
I haven't seen it. I wanted to see that.
I was like, well, I'll take
I bet.
a shot with this because to me, it's it's in that Scorsese vein, and
Yeah. Well, the plan I'm hearing for the sequel is like it's a musical with Lady Gaga. It's like
Really?
if she's in it, that's fine as Harley Quinn, but they're gonna make a musical out of it. Like why?
I think you just leave that alone. It had an ending that made sense, and it doesn't need any more. You know what happens to the Joker.
I would love a movie about just based in Arkham Asylum. That's what I want.
I actually thought Vinny was going to show up and be like, "What the fuck you watching?"
I saw it twice in the theaters. Loved it. Bo, you like Star Wars? What is your greatest Star Wars film
Oh.
besides Empire?
Besides Empire, probably Rogue One.
Yeah.
I really liked Rogue One. Really haven't seen many of the other ones. I can't bring myself to watch most of them. Empire, Rogue One, and probably the original would have been earlier in the list sooner, but I'm so tired of it.
How
So,
dare you?
of the newer ones, Rogue One, definitely.
Yeah.
I love that movie, and then they killed everyone, and I just wanted to
Yes.
slaughter
That's what makes it great.
the writers. I wanted to. I wanted
Oh,
to.
no, Shakespearean.
So many
What
characters to love.
That Rogue One, the last 10 minutes, it's like, you're basically, when you see it in theaters for the first time, it's basically having an orgasm. You see it all come together. Holy shit!
I'm trying to
It's
visualize
fucking
it.
Darth Vader!
Yeah, when he's weighing everybody out. Yeah.
Badass.
I mean, seriously, Jimmy, I could have a few hour conversation with you about just Star Wars in general. I really could.
Well, yeah,
That was my shit.
I was 9 when Star Wars came out, and so I was totally into it.
Yeah.
Had lots of cool toys, had posters and cards that would be worth a fortune now. My mother burned them, but that's another
Oh,
story
that's
for
not
another
right.
day. So
My father actually had the tall snaggletooth that was never released. He had it.
how did you get it?
And he sold it.
How did you get-
And the silver C-3PO, he had that to pay for my sister to go to college. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
kids ruin everything.
He had everything in the boxes. The first, everything. Yeah.
Well, I still have from seeing the first Star Wars, the first day it was released, the little booklet that they gave you in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I didn't get a booklet. Booklet?
There was a booklet. Yeah, they gave them
Yeah, it
out
was a booklet.
in the theater when
We
you
all
came
got
in.
one, Bo. You didn't get one?
I'm feeling cheated. Of course, I was in Alaska, and maybe the booklets didn't make it.
Oh, yeah, they didn't make it that far.
Well, I was assuming that I was just going to put in my will that Jimmy would get the booklet.
Yeah, but fuck that guy.
But you have your choice, Jimmy. You could take the 1960 Les Paul Jr. or you could have the booklet.
Ah, fuck. Give me the Les Paul Jr.
Or you could have both. How's that? Well, we put in an hour of jibber jabber.
Jibba jabba.
We said we would talk about Boomer a little bit.
Oh, here. Oh.
The animated hat.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, we don't need to see
Sorry,
that.
let's get back to the
Okay.
regularly scheduled.
This is definitely shit I don't even like to talk about, but Boomer, our drummer that was in the band 2 guys before Bo,
Mm-hmm.
also the drummer I played with since 1986. I guess, 1986. The only reason I even played any music at all is because he opened some doors, being a kid who was playing drums in school. And he's like, oh, can you give me a ride? Whatever. He's help me bring some drums out. Wound up doing that a couple times and then started playing music. That was like the official start of my music thing.
So it's his fault, is what you're telling us?
Kind of was his fault. And like I've said multiple times over the years, that being in music, the bands have never been successful at all. Financially, they're a fucking train wreck. But all the shit I've done because of being in a band, it's like fucking entire lifetime of shit. Everything was influenced by being in a band. Everybody I know right now is because I was in a band. My job, where I lived, living in Tennessee, every person I know, literally except the people that I went to school with before that, are a direct result of music. So I would say that being in a band, even though the band itself never made any money or never was successful, it was not a failure. It was not that at all. And Boomer was behind that.
Yeah. I feel it.
Give me a minute here.
No, take your time.
Yeah.
Well, so that Boomer, this fucking sucks. As you know, Boomer passed away from a heart attack. Couldn't be revived. He was brain dead for about 12 days. They just let him ride it out. And I think that the hospitals do what they do in that regard. They'll give you some time, but they don't give you quite the amount of time you need. If you don't turn it around immediately, they're kind of like, well, you had your chance. You can go ride it out in hospice. And that's kind of what they did with him. Not saying he could have survived that. I don't think they gave enough time. Not enough for his family and friends.
Yeah.
With that, I was going to offer everybody the opportunity to, I know Jimmy's probably the only one that even really knew Boomer, but we could have Chris stop by and he could film something and say whatever. I think Bo met Boomer once.
I
right?
got to meet him one time. He came to one of the Hootenanny.
That's
got
right.
to meet him beforehand.
Yep.
The weird irony is that of all the drummers we had, you two guys were the most similar to each other. I think as a person that you're not in some ways, which is a very good thing for you. And in other ways, you guys had similar music tastes, similar drum styles, and shit like that. Whereas other drummers we've had the band were not anything like Boomer. It was a weird kind of a contrast between all these guys. So it's cool that you got to meet him, but I know that Jimmy was around him for a while, and Boomer was a fucking character.
I remember when I first met you guys, and I met him, and I was like, why is this geriatric Barney Rubble in the band? I don't understand. At first glance, meeting him, whatever it was, 14 years ago, he looked considerably older, not just than me at the time, but everybody else in the band. Like even Pete, I was like, he went gray early.
He went gray in his 20s, middle-aged youth.
Yeah.
For sure.
I had a friend that I, grew up with, that we were playing in bands together when we were 15 years old, whatever. There's an unspoken language that you have with these guys that you play with for years and years, and that became obvious to me within a couple of months of being in the band. I could tell that Gene and Boomer were like it wasn't, I got to explain to you how to play this part. It was like 2 words and a hand wave, and Boomer knew what Gene was trying to tell him. I mean, it was like, communal brain.
He spoke the language of just do that thing, and he would. Yep. It meant he was never trying to be anything that he wasn't. That's for sure. He was a straight ahead drummer. His meter was fucking perfect. Yeah. But at the same time, you were never.
Sorry.
Yours is just more expressive. That's all.
You would not go to Boomer and say, "Can you play some crazy shit? Do this wild thing."
He would play it the same way, the same tempo. He was very consistent. He always had that. That is rare with drummers. A lot of drummers aren't like that. They're more exploratory.
Exploratory. Okay, it's another E word. It's better. Okay. Thank you.
And Boomer spoiled us early on because he was like a machine. But at the same time, I mean, he was consistent. He was great. And he was such a fucking curmudgeon. It was ridiculous. So I blame him that in common. Yes, I blame him for me wanting to play at 9:30 instead of 11, because hearing it for so long from him, I want to go home and go to bed. Kind of right. I don't want to be a rock star anymore. I want to go to bed.
Are you guys done? Let's go. I got better shit to do. like sleep.
Yeah, like they're at the wall in my apartment and chain smoke.
I think that was more of a result of him just being unhappy in life.
Yeah.
And being kind of like over the band thing. He would walk away from the band for a couple years and he'd come back. And I kind of always thought that there was at least one more round of that proved to be. But he met that girl. And I think that was, for him, that was it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to leave this until what happened happened. I was thinking of some crazy shit that I just made a couple notes of that I remember the Boomer did. And one of them was the band that I was in, the Roids. This was like 1988 maybe. And we decided that we would stop the set. Boomer would come out, sit on the edge of the stage with the Peter Criss mask on and sing Beth. The second he fucking did it, the whole place just lighters went in the air. And it was like a true fucking Kiss moment. And what the bootleg Bill, the guitar player, had a recording of Kiss doing Beth without any vocals. So it was just Boomer.
So
and
he
the
sang along with it?
No.
he sang that. And that was fucking hilarious.
That is killer.
Yeah, it was good. I have that on videotape too. So
Oh, you have to share that.
Yeah.
I
you
gotta
gotta
see
if I can
find
fucking
that.
dig that up.
You got to see that.
That was hilarious. And that was the spirit that he had early on. He was like, I'll fucking do anything. He was like the original most gung-ho guy of anybody. His famous quote was, I will fucking sleep on park benches and eat crackers to play music. The version Jimmy got was the fuck you and your crackers.
Yeah.
I ain't going on no fucking park bench. Boomer was a peculiar character. Early on, he did not have like great success with women. I just think he hadn't had it figured out yet. So, and that's nothing against him or, anything that, I'm sure he was a super nice guy. There's a lot of women who would have been more than happy to be with.
Too when he was younger. He was a handsome fellow when he was younger too.
He didn't look like an ancient old guy then, but I mean, he was a stable person who I imagine if a female doesn't want a guy who's going to go around and fuck around on them or play games, that was him. He wasn't going to do that shit. And he was generally a nice guy in that regard. And I remember one time that he went to for a health checkup and he got a female doctor I don't know if he knew about prostate checks or not, but she performed a prostate exam on him. And for like the remainder of the week, he was like, I think she's in love with me. She wouldn't have done that if she wasn't into me. I'm like, dude, she probably did 75 of those in that day.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's rare that you even get a female to do that, but when they do, they don't give a fuck. They're just like, just do it.
I thought she was committing.
He thought that she was into it. And I heard that for a while, and I'm like, dude, you need to let that go because that's a fucking fantasy. No fucking doctor who just put her finger up your ass is interested in dating you. Unless I was wrong. It's possible.
Yeah, exactly, Vinny. Right.
And then there was the time that he was my roommate, the shitty apartment I had. I think it was the first apartment I ever had after moving out when I was like 18. And Boomer was the first roommate that I had too. One of like several. We had some horrible people. There was like some crazy fucking heroin addict that was, pulling some kooky shit. But Boomer was there as well. And he shows up and he's like, man, my car's all fucked up. I don't know what's going on with it. And he knew I knew a little bit about cars. This is back when you would work on cars, For the most part, people don't do that shit anymore. But I'm like, okay, well, let's go check out your car. Let's go for a ride in here. And he was hearing some fucking sound. I get in the car. We're driving down the road. He pulls up to a fucking stop sign, a red light. And you hear this. I'm like, what the fuck is that? All right, go up to the next one. He drives up, stops at a fucking light. I'm like, it's fucking crazy. One more of these. And this is something he'd been talking about for a month. We get up to the next one. I hear that. I get out and open the car door up and look, and he had a luggage rack, and there was a fucking tennis ball locked inside the luggage. I'm like, here's your problem, dude.
It'll be $750.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that was Boomer, man. That was Boomer. His dad was just like him, Ray Rock, who played drums for fucking Charlie Daniels. Kind of a well-known guy.
I didn't know that.
And then there was also the time that my ex-wife brought Skillet to fucking band practice for some fucking reason. And he just takes off fucking running. And he's fucking heading for the road where cars are going. I'm like, oh, my dog's about to get hit by a car. And here comes Boomer. Fucking grabs the dog. I'm like, holy shit, Boomer saved the dog. That was one time that Boomer totally came through. That was a huge one. That
I just
and
like to add, I really miss Skillet. Skillet was a
was
good
awesome.
boy.
Boomer had his moments, that's for sure.
oh yeah.
Well, he was always the car outside practice that was like an ashtray on wheels. When he would pull up and open the door and like empty Mountain Dew bottles would fall out. I was like, what is happening? What is happening here? What are you doing? And then he bought a new car. It took about 2 weeks for him to turn it into a rolling ashtray.
It didn't take long. Did not take long. He had a health scare in 2018,
Yeah.
I think. He ended up having heart problems and he quit smoking then for real. And I was like, man, I didn't think you had it in you.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day. One of the fun moments playing live was that show we did with the Murder Junkies, where whatever dude's name was that sat on his stool with no pants on.
The
Bare
famous
ass.
drummer. Yeah.
Merle, he sweated all over the seat, and Boomer was like, what the fuck, man? He was not happy.
That drummer has been playing nude for 30 years or whatever. And that guy got arrested for stalking that band Lunatics. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's still playing in the Murder Junkies, unless he's
Oh,
dead.
sure. Who else are they going to get?
I found a picture of me and one of the other guys, Bootleg Bill, visiting Merle Allen in his apartment in New York City in like 1986 or some shit like that. Bill was like, yeah, later he's like, that guy, Merle was like kind of nervous that you were there talking about me. And I'm like, he was nervous?
He was nervous, yeah.
Yeah, this is a guy in an Adolf Hitler mustache.
Right.
He has like 7 fucking Gacy paintings on the fucking wall. And he's looking like, I'm about to get a knife and fucking end you, motherfucker. I'm like, he was fucking nervous.
Gene, you made him nervous.
Yeah,
One of a
doubt.
kind.
No doubt.
Sometimes that's for the better. Sometimes, you know.
He's
two.
posting that stuff on
We miss him when we
Facebook
love
too.
him. Put the disclaimer up that you're not a doctor.
Nor do I have Captain America pants either. So.
I'm a doctor. I can wear these pants. Yeah,
Reach out
I
to
got
these
lifelines,
dudes.
but what the hell is going on with Vinny?
Bring me the vagina of Julie Adams.
Jesus Christ.
So we have
do
the
this.
music and movie quote quiz. If these are too difficult, you don't know the answer, you can reach out to our support lines, our lifelines, and that's Vinny and Jimmy. The first set of lyrics are, well, I rock my mama so bad, this is a woman, she's driving me mad. I don't care if her legs start aching. What's the next line? Name of the band, name of the song.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I rock my mama so bad, this is a woman, she's driving me mad. Well, I don't care if her legs start aching.
Jimmy, help me out.
It would help if Gene could do it in his best Robin Zander voice.
Oh, I'm a California man.
Yes,
That's
you got
good.
it. You
Oh, he
spared
got
me
it.
from
Oh,
having
my
to do
God.
that.
It's your delivery that throws me.
All right, the next one for one. I saw a light just up ahead, but I couldn't seem to rise up from my bed. I'm not alone, and then I am. What is the next line? Name of the band, name of the song.
It's Robin Trower.
Oh,
Some
wow.
people seem to
Look at
think I'm
you.
Superman.
That's right. It's the name of the song. I'm living in the
Day of the Eagle.
Day of the Eagle. 2 for 2.
Wow. That was a good one.
I love that Robin Trower era. The later stuff, yeah, but
So the last one, and you could do 3 for 3 on the music
Okay.
quiz. Are you ready?
yes.
You like the credit cards and private planes. Money can really take you far. You like the hotels and fancy clothes and the sound of electric guitars, but
But do you love me? Do you love me? Let me get this off my chest. Stanley and kiss.
all right, 3 for
Ladies and
3.
gentlemen, we're gonna have ourselves a rock and roll party.
I think Jimmy wants to sing that one.
He does. I can feel it.
Do you love me?
You like
You
the
gotta do the
concerts and studio.
You like the credit cards
And all the money,
private
honey,
planes.
that I
Money
make.
can really take you far. You like the
Oh.
hotels and fancy clothes and the sound of electric guitars, but
But
You went easy on me this time.
love me. 3 for 3.
Gina.
Now we're on to the movie quotes. I think that 2 of these are super easy. One of them is not that hard, but I think you'll get all 3 of these as well. First quote is, just tell me what the movie is. As for you, my fine Fred, you're a victim of disorganized thinking. You are under the unfortunate delusion that simply because you run away from danger, you have
Oh,
no
this-
courage. You're confusing courage with wisdom.
This is the Wizard of Oz.
It is the Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
And who says it?
Well, the Wizard, of course.
Yes, it's the Wizard of Oz that says it, and it's the movie The Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
The Wizard
4
of Oz.
for
that
4.
might be his favorite sci-fi.
Yeah, it may be, actually.
Here's one that might be a trick.
Okay.
But these guys might be able to help if you don't get it. You're an errand boy sent by grocery clerks to collect a bill.
Vinny.
That would be Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now.
That's right. 5 for 5. So this is it. You're one away from going for the full
God, you
fucking
might
money.
do
here.
it.
Oh, Monty.
This is a good quote, too. The quote is, it's brief. I remember some horrible dream about smothering. I remember some horrible dream about smothering. This precedes one of the greatest scenes in science fiction history.
Oh,
You have sunk my battleship.
You got lifelines.
maybe Vinny knows.
Vinny
this
has
one.
to know.
Maybe
Vinny?
Vinny.
Vinny?
That would be John Hurt in Alien.
Oh, alien.
Sure is. 6 for 6.
Oh. I have to fail one. Give me a seventh one.
Vinny can come up with a quote for a movie.
Name the movie. Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
I know that, but
I don't know.
am I your lifeline?
Okay, Gene, go.
Yeah, that's Office Space.
Yes.
All-time winner of all time.
Yes.
All-time winner.
Yeah,
of
7. Using your lifelines, you got 7 of 7.
The
Wow.
most greatest winner of ever in history.
The bad news is, though, this is terrible. We still have Nadlibs.
Son of a bitch.
I think this is a shorter one. A
I'm sure it is.
little bit less.
Did you take my mom out of it? Is that one?
I don't know. I'm not sure I know how to do that.
Give me some Joan, baby.
But we'll get right into this and knock it out, and then Jimmy can read it.
Yeah.
So Nadlibs. I need an adjective.
Tackle.
Smarmy.
I'm not even sure that's a word, but I'll use it.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Another adjective.
Petulant.
Yeah.
An activity of some sort.
Fucking yeah.
No. Spelunking. Not to be confused with spunking.
I need
know.
another adjective.
Reddened.
Get your blood.
Reddened.
I need another activity.
Skating. Not skeeting, Vinny. Skating.
No.
Skating is fun,
Sporting.
too. A number, any number.
7.
An animal.
A cat.
A body part.
Clavicle.
Something white.
My bum.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Honkies.
Another animal.
Another animal. Opossum.
A number.
14.
A man's name.
Jonathan.
An amount of money.
3 pesos. Well, that's
That's within
disappointing.
An adjective.
Lumpy.
Another adjective.
Horrendous.
A drum brand.
The drum brand? Well, Sonor, of course. SONOR. Don't fuck it up.
A hard rockin' band.
Cake.
An exclamation, like something you would say.
Cake rules.
Fuck off.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
That works. That
And your
works.
cake hating.
Do you know the drummer of Cake?
Carmine Apice.
He got fired for being a pedophile, so they use a drum machine a lot of the time.
Drum machine.
Drum machine.
Permanent
Stuart
pieces.
Copeland.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
A town.
It's Jonestown.
A state in the United States.
State in the United States, Nevada.
Something soft.
Handsome Jimmy. He's the softiest. Fuck you, Jimmy.
A body part.
Navel.
An adjective.
Shiny.
A noun.
Lamps.
Another body part.
Earlobe.
I need an antacid.
Oh, shit.
Tight.
Boink.
And glossy.
A noun.
Speaker.
An animal. Any kind of animal.
Ferret. What are you doing down there, Vinny? Something like just lit up the screen.
Did you say the type of animal it was?
Ferret?
Your mic is gone weird.
Yeah. Yeah, jeez. Come on, Jeff.
Yeah. Weird mic.
A man's body
You
part. I
sure?
can still hear you.
Chest.
There you go.
Chest?
Chesticles?
Chesticle.
Chesticle.
Chest.
Chesticles?
Chesticle.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Shut up.
Look at Jimmy's glorious hair.
Another adjective.
Luminous.
Robert Smith has now joined the conversation.
Like
A
luminous.
rock and roll subgenre. An article of clothing.
Stocking.
A male body part.
It has to be specifically male.
You can say a knee. I mean, if a man has it, you can say it. But, I mean, that'll be boring.
Okay.
But that's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not
No,
funny.
he's right.
Yeah, so if it's not fun, wrist. Is that like Lenny's jockstrap? What is that?
A song by Cake.
A song by
Oh, fuck.
Stick shifts and safety belt.
Oh, Jesus. Who
Freaking
even knows a
classic.
song by that?
I love Cake. Cake is awesome.
They're
I
awesome.
can't do.
Cake is like one of my very favorite bands.
Yeah, I like Cake. I like the guitar.
It's
Yeah.
got
They're
this
one of the
killer,
worst
plunky
bands.
kind of
Terribleness?
terribleness. There's a presence to it that you cannot possibly understand.
It's got some snap to it.
It does.
An adjective.
Smoky, like Jimmy's brain. Smoky.
But Dad, it's smoking. Nobody remembers that. Nobody.
Another adjective. We're probably down to
Another. I'm running out of adjectives. Prickly.
Squirty.
a type of religion.
Catholicism.
A town in Tennessee.
Town in Tennessee. Chapel Hill.
Down the dreaded sundown.
Especially when you're married to your cousin.
A man's body part.
Kneecap.
He just refuses to go there. Another man's body part.
I'm not going there. Prostate. Doesn't get much more male than that. Okay, prostate.
A sex act. Vinny looked up finally.
And he's got the right
He's
idea.
giving you a lifeline.
Count
Oh.
Fistula. Count
I figured
Fistula
it out.
over there.
Spooning.
I did that with my grandmother.
Oh boy.
A female's first name.
Mary.
Somebody's changing a name.
Another word for devil.
Beelzebub. Or James, depending.
A car model.
Corvair. Unsafe at any
Oh,
speed.
unsafe at any speed. Yeah.
That's right.
A number.
47.
A man's body part. Because I got
Okay,
to
tallywhacker.
tallywhacker.
Dean, you can't cancel me like that. That's not cool.
Oh, no, I'm just
Cancel
saving
culture,
you for
fuck you.
after. Some type of local business.
Taco stand.
Something that women covet.
Well, money, of course.
Money.
Marner.
An Irish word.
Blarney.
Don't ever kiss that fucking stone.
No,
Listen.
I heard
No,
stories.
God, no.
A negative adjective.
Stinky.
A negative noun.
That.
Butthole.
Oh,
Butthole works.
Well, it works.
A monster
Does
of
it?
some type.
A monster of some
A
type.
monster that we know.
Lisa.
no.
Manitou.
Manitou.
Met the Manitou.
That's a good one. A year in the future.
Yeah.
Oh boy. A year in the future. Come on.
Oh, that's the question. I thought Jimmy. I
Yes.
thought 2046.
And finally, a male body part.
You're obsessed. Forearm.
All right. It is sent, James.
Thank God.
Where'd you send it?
I think this is going to be a good episode, and I think it's going to be a good story, even with the schmarmy responses.
Bo Dinski buys a drum set. It was a smarmy Saturday morning, and Bo Dinski didn't have a care in the world. I don't have to go petulant spelunking with my wife. My kids aren't bothering me to go redden skating with them. He had an entire 7-hour day to himself. He sat and poured a cup of hot cat clavicles tea and gobbled down several Bo's bum-dipped scones. The possums were chirping and the sun was hanging high in the fuzzy sky. It was a perfect day. What to do, Bo thought to himself. It's been a whopping 14 days since I bought a new drum set. Maybe I'll look on Jonathan's list and see what's for sale in the local vicinity. Bo started scouring the listings. I have a whopping 3 pesos to spend and I really want to get some kick-ass drums. The first listing he saw was for a lumpy 2021 Yamaha kit. No. The next was a horrendous 2019 Slingerland kit. No thanks. But the third listing read strangely. Slightly used Sonor kit, formerly owned by Cake, repossessed. Bo stood up and shouted, "Cake rules!
Cake does rule. Cake
I'm going to
rules,
buy
Jimmy.
this kit right here. Repossessed means I'm getting a hell of a deal." And he immediately called and made arrangements with a drum machine who lived nearby in Jonestown, Nevada. Later that day, he had the drums in his possession. Bo immediately set up the kit, took out his Jimmy, and started wiping down the shiny metal drum parts. Bo felt woozy and his navel started trembling. He tightened up a couple of drum heads and felt a wave of nausea and saw visions of shiny lamps appearing in the room. He wiped his eyes and the visions were gone. Bo then began tuning the drums by tapping the drum heads with his earlobe. He immediately saw visions of the fabled lake of fire. Flames surrounded him, his face flushed, and his eyes were completely black. Then the words began pouring from his mouth. Incipio serpus malum, titus glossia spicerus. He repeated, Incipio serpus malum, titus glossia spicerus. Just then a mighty book appeared before Bo, floating. It opened itself to the center page, and an evil image arose. It was the body of a man with the head of a ferret, with a giant dangling chest. It rose about the kit and began to speak. Bo, you will be the drummer of the luminicist satanic band in all of punk. Bo felt compelled, ripped off his stockings, and started to play, using his wrist instead of a drumstick. The song was Stick Shifts and Safety Belts. It was shrouded in blood, sputum, and hellfire. Bo was now drumming for the devil himself. Thinking quickly, Bo slammed the fiery, smoky book shut. The visage disappeared for the moment. A realization came to Bo. This kid was not repossessed. It was possessed. Bo wasn't sure what to do exactly. He considered taking the kid to his favorite church, the prickly Catholic Dominion Fellowship of Chapel Hill, but he worried the kid might be too satanic for his fellow churchgoers. Then it dawned on him. A drum exorcism. He went straight back to Jonathan's list. The listing jumped right off the page. Kneecap jobs, prostate massage, straight spooning, tantric trigger point, prostate milking, and routine rock and roll instrument exorcisms. Bo stopped and thought for a moment. The prostate milking sounds quite interesting. My wife is away, but I'm the faithful type, so I need only to inquire about the drum kit exorcism. He dialed the number and waited. Ring! Don't mention prostate milking. Ring! Definitely don't mention prostate massage. Ring! Oof! Don't ask about kneecap jobs. Before the phone could ring a fourth time, a sexy voice answered. Hi, honey. My name is Mary Corvair. How can I help you out today? Hi, I'm Bo. I'm calling about kneecap jobs, intimate massage, tantric trigger point, prostate milking. Wait, no, none of those things. I have a satanic drum set, and I'm really not into Beelzebub. Can you help me? Mary Corvair responded, yes, I can help you. But it will cost you $47, and you have to indulge my wildest personal desire. To which Bo replied, does that mean I have to have naked tallywhacker sex with you in the back room of a taco stand? No, honey, who do I look like? Fucking Joan Mustang? That bitch stole all my money. I only need you to pay me a small service fee and indulge my wildest desire of exercising the devil from a Sonor kit. But if you want to do that tantric prostate milking thing, I'm your huckleberry, Bo. To which he responded, how did you know my name? Why does the exchange say Blarney County, Northern Ireland? Wait a second. Is this Lisa? No, I'm not Lisa. I'm Mary Corvair, and I've never fallen asleep on a streaming watch party, and I don't love terrible zombie films. Stop judging me, you stinky butthole. Now, how do you feel again about the tantric milking? Just then, Bo realized it wouldn't be worth it to engage Lisa at a drum kit exorcism or listen to her ramble on about pride, prejudice, and manitude, or whatever the fuck that bullshit is called for a minute longer. So Bo continued to play on his satanic drum set as the only satanic member of the Creeping Crud till the year 2046, when he stabbed in the forearm with a sharpened spatula by the ghost of Boomer Roid. God bless Bo and his satanic drum kit.
Are we going to have a Jimmy's Cruddy Cuisine?
No fucking way. Well, how much time do I have?
You have a month.
Oh, okay. I have to make a duck on Christmas.
Well, this is going to show over at Christmas time, so have some Christmas shit.
Making a duck, you asshole. I just said that.
There will be a video of some sort. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make some food or if I'm going to do another TikTok because I really like TikTok.
Your band viewership is wondering what's going to happen.
We're fucked.
Hey, Vinny, are you going to Monster Minute this week or something?
Why are you always asking me? I don't fucking know.
You know why I'm asking. You know why.
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for another great year at the Film Freakout. And a big shout out to all our new viewers. Hope you enjoyed this little holiday video I put together just for you. Happy holidays. Enjoy your eggnog. It's not eggnog, that's fucking elf cum.
I've been a long time running. I've been a long time lost. I can't even hope to tell you where I've been and what it cost. I'm looking for the warm side of the door where the fire's bright and it's burning every night. Everybody will be there and they'll be smiling at me, and I won't need no more on the warm side of the door. My brother's there on the warm side of the door. You called to me the way he did before. There'll be thunder and lightning, but we're safe and sound, and I won't need no more on the warm side of the door. No more running, no more being lost. There'll be chicken and gravy and hot apple pie, and I won't need no more on the warm side of the door. There's always people who love you that will kiss you and hug you, and it's always Christmas on the warm side of the door. There's always people who love you that will kiss you and hug you, and it's always Christmas on the warm side of the door. Hey, hey, there's always people who love you. They're gonna kiss you and hug you, and it's always Christmas on the warm side of the door.
We also have Things from the Tomb, which is a brand new feature by Tomb Dragomir, who's going to do
Yes.
his feature every episode now.
And what that does, it allows us to get a grant from the Canadian government to pay for this entire production.
All the free poutine you can eat.
We can run this on Canadian YouTube
That's right.
or the Pennsylvania YouTube, which is Ewan's tube.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Season's greetings to all my favorite buds, chuds, and cruds. It's late December. It's a wonderful time of the year. You know, a time for cracking nuts. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Drinking delicious eggnog. Mmm. And wonderful Christmas music. Everywhere you go. Ayo. Ayo. But that's not why I love it. Oh, this year's the 48th anniversary of Bob Clark's seminal slasher, Black Christmas. Of course, we all know Bob also directed A Christmas Story, another Christmas classic. But I always wonder, when he was writing the two movies, what if there was one of those crazy Canadian earthquakes? Oh no, earthquake! Oh no, my script pages are all mixed up! Oh no! Now I just have one movie and it's called A Black Christmas Story. And I think it would probably look a little something like this.
Hello? Who is this?
I know you're there, nasty Billy! Your answer is big!
Who are you? What are you doing?
I know what you did, Billy!
Why are you doing this?
Ah! Filthy Billy! Billy! Billy!
Christ.
Oh. How was that? Good? One more for safety. But be younger and have a funny, deep voice. Okay, yeah. All right.
It's December. a wonderful, wonderful time of year. Christmas is upon us, a time for cracking nuts. Oh, man. Delicious eggnog. Oh. And wonderful Christmas music everywhere you go.
Have a holly jolly.
Everywhere you go. All right. Ayo!
What's McNasty doing?
Yeah, what's McNasty got going? It's called McNastyisms now.
Oh, that's right.
I changed it because his little intro and outro got so just beat up.
So what we have here is one of the special bottles for special occasions and in times like this when not sure what to say, how to say it. We'll just do this. Cheers, Boomer. Here's to you.
Never thought I'd be sort of eulogizing John Coley, a.k.a. Boomer Roid, but I guess I haven't thought I'd be eulogizing a lot of people. I guess it's just something that happens. In the case of Boomer, he hit my radar when I was probably about 13 years old. I'm 47. It's a long fucking time. You know, I just was a kid getting into punk, getting into music, finding out about things. And in South Florida, there's not a lot for that. And the Roids were a bright light in a fucking dark place. So a few years after that, being aware of the Roids, I didn't think I'd ever be playing in and he'd be a bandmate of mine. But that actually happened too. And then I got to know Boomer and found out not only was he an amazing, talented drummer and solid, he was a pretty cool dude. And he was really nice to me. You know, maybe I needed that. And just, I don't know, man. Boomer was just real cool. Took me to go see Tool. I know that was one of his favorite bands, you know, so that was pretty rad that he was just like, hey, Royce, let's go see Tool, you know. I don't know, man. Sometimes you lose contact with people. But, you know, I got to see Boomer in recent years, and he seemed really happy. He'd met a really wonderful girl, and you could just tell, like, there was a difference in him, like a light. You could just tell with people sometimes, and he just sort of became brighter. I'm glad that I crossed paths with Boomer Roid, and I think a lot of you probably feel the same. Rest in peace, Boomer. See ya.
But I got a question for you guys. What does Dale Earnhardt and Pink Floyd have in common? They both had a hit with the wall. Oh!
It's a good one, Vin.
I heard that today.
That's a winner.
Get shot in my neighborhood. Be careful.
Yeah, you better not. You better keep that up there. And,
Stay out around Columbus.
I miss you, Dale. Number 3, never forget. I'm gonna eat your plate.
All right, weirdos. I want to thank my lovely and talented co-host, Mr. Vinny
Vincent.
Vintown. Oh, God, be careful. Vinny, Gino, the lovely and talented Gino Roid. And, of course, our illustrious guest, Mr. Bo Dinski.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate you.
Oh,
and peace and love, Boomer. We love you. Good luck.
Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Where are your friends, man? What? Where are my friends? All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. You got kicked in the head. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. You got smacked in the head. All my friends are dead.
So molded be.